Good about this ongoing rumor over the last few years that Family Matters star Reginald Vale Johnson was overheard having some freaky nasty time with Diddy back in the day. I don't know. Like, what? Like, that don't even sound right, first of all. But Reginald Vale Johnson, who is currently on Dancing with the Stars, he might have already gotten voted off. I don't know. Finally reacted and told his side of things. Now, according to the New York Post, Reginald Vale Johnson has responded to allegations that he was previously sexually involved with Sean Diddy Combs and the rapper's arrest for sex trafficking on September 16th. That's all bullish, the 72-year-old told TMZ during an outing in Los Angeles on Wednesday afternoon. I don't know that man. Vale Johnson, who is currently competing on season 33 of Dancing with the Stars, responded, "I've never met him before." This was the man when they caught up with him. Like, I don't even, like, what? Like, Like, leave this old man alone. Leave that man alone, people. Like, this don't make no sense. Look at the shirt he got on. Like, girl, So the Family Matters alum sent Combs, 54, his well wishes despite the ongoing sex trafficking investigation against him. Vale Johnson told the reporter, "I wish him well, though," before adding that those who continue the rumors need to get a life. They really do. Just 4 months before Combs' arrest, a video surfaced on X of comedian Loose Cannon alleging that Vale Johnson had sex with the singer. Who is Loose Cannon? I think I've heard of that before, but I can't picture who the person is. Anywho, Loose Cannon claimed that he was at a party thrown by Combs when he heard squealing come from behind the door in one bedroom. "Somebody wearing this be out," he said in the clip. Cannon alleged he knocked on the door to find Vale Johnson with Combs. "Busted the door and looked up and I see Carl Winslow," shared the comedian. Like, this had to have been a joke. Like, what? Vale Johnson played the character of Carl Winslow on Family Matters from 1989 to 1998. Dang, I didn't even remember Family Matters lasting that long. Jeez. The ABC sitcom also starred Jaleel White, who played Steve Urkel. Combs has been at the center of multiple allegations since he was arrested in New York City and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He was arraigned in a federal Manhattan courthouse the following day. Yeah, we all know the stuff with Diddy. But this rumor was literally the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, so ridiculous. And like, who would even believe this? Like he said, "I don't know that man. Leave me out of the chat, please. Let Carl Winslow, aka Reginald Vale Johnson, whatever this man's name is, leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. All right? That is ridiculous. Could y'all even picture Diddy and him in the bit? I don't even, why did I even go there? Now I got this mentally in my head now. Oh God. Oh God. No. I did it to myself. I only have myself to blame. Oh God. Let's move on. Also, speaking of Diddy, Uncle Luke, aka Luke Campbell, recently did an interview with Stephen A. Smith where he says that a number of his friends know for a fact that Diddy had extensive schmug use. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I was on News Nation with Chris Cuomo the other night from prison. They called it. You do an interview from prison? Yeah, he did. Man, he got a podcast. For prison. It's called Collect Call with Suge. I'm not lying. It's not an exaggeration. He got a podcast. He got a podcast. My question to you is this. You know, how much should his words be taken seriously. I take it seriously. He say something about that world. I'm like, he got credentials to speak on that. He would know. But others are saying he's been in jail for 10 years. How would he know? Which line of thinking do you take when it comes to listening to what Suge Knight says about Diddy?
Let me tell you like this. You're still connected to the outside world. Some shape, form, or fashion. Guys don't supposed to have telephones in jail, but they do have telephones in jail. But then they get their one or two, calls, and they get it done. So those guys are still connected. But I listened to the interview just like you did. And I listened to certain things. When he talked about drugs and the industry drugging Diddy, again, a lot of my friends who know him real closely, they said, yeah, he got consumed with the drugs. And so when you hear certain things like that from a guy that's incarcerated, that means he's really, really in touch with the situation.
Right.
You feel me? And so at the end of the day, and a lot of other things that Suge said, the industry don't change. If you don't control the industry will control you. If you don't humble yourself, if you don't let it go to your head, then it will get you. It will eat you up. It will consume you. When you think you're too big, well, you can go and file a lawsuit against Diageo, the largest liquor brand. They've been around since Prohibition.
Own Ciroc.
Exactly. When you feel like you can go after these type of conglomerates, something got to your head, Steve. Something really got to your head. Drugs or something, or the liquor, something really got to your head when you think you that big, where you could take on that giant.
Suge Knight was on.
Since Dr. Umar said during a recent interview that he feels like all of this stems from this liquor company, Diageo, who owned Ciroc or whatever, was the people that put this whole thing in motion with trying to take Diddy down because Diddy got too big for his britches and tried to sue them. And they basically was like, we'll show you and all of this stuff. I don't necessarily believe that. I think that this was in the works before, especially when it comes to Cassie. I feel like the nail in the coffin for Cassie was Diddy's speech at the BET Awards in 2022 when he won his Icon Award or whatever, and he said what he said to her in that speech. And looking back on it, it was weird when I watched it then, and now it has even more context with everything that we now know about Diddy. It was giving very much intimidation, trying to intimidate her, messing with her, like, yeah, I still got control over you. Like, he was antagonizing her with that shout out in that speech. And I think that was probably the moment when she was like, you know what, I've had enough of you. I've been quiet. I've moved on with my life, and you still messing with me all of these years later. And I really think that was the thing that made her be like, you know what? I'm never going to get him off my back until I tell the truth. So, as far as the liquor thing is concerned, if they did him wrong, business-wise, he had every right to try to sue and get his just due. But this is also coming from the same man who notoriously fucked over majority, if not all, of his artists. So it's like you reap what you sow, As far as the schmug use is concerned, when he was locked up, what was it, a week ago or whatever, 2 weeks ago, when the police finally came and locked him up at the hotel he was staying in New York, they found the pink cocaine in his room. He still was using schmugs up until the day he was arrested. So I've heard that he's been addicted to schmugs for the last 15 years. They've tried to have several interventions that did not work. It's unfortunate, but I just don't feel sorry for Diddy at all. I'm not really here to go with this whole theory that the white man is taking him down. No, he took himself down. We all make choices in life, and he made the wrong choices. Everything ain't the man trying to take you down. How about if you was living right and treating people right and not abusing people? You know what I'm saying? Stealing money from people, trying to blow up people's car, using schmugs, and being rude to people and condescending and all, and making threats. You wouldn't be in this position. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts on this whole situation. And it's been so much debauchery in the entertainment business for years. None of this is new at all. None of it is new. I am an avid Audible listener of biographies, and I'm talking about old Hollywood starlets and things. And this stuff has been going on ever since back then, where they were, making the female and male stars back then do the casting couch. It was a lot of down low men back in the day, aka like Rock Hudson, who, had beards, women that pretended to be his girlfriend or whatever during the time to conceal the fact that he was in fact gay. The hard drug, alcohol use studios making starlets take pills and stuff to maintain their weight and getting them hooked on, basically uppers and downers and stuff like that, aka Judy Garland. So stuff like this has been going on for years. Actors beating on other female actresses, and all types of craziness was going on, orgies, all of that stuff. So none of this is new. Unfortunately, it has gotten passed down through generations, and it has not stopped, and I honestly don't think it ever will, because Diddy needs to be taken down, as well as everybody else in the industry who has been a part of it, witnessed it, and didn't say any. I won't blame the witnesses that didn't say anything, because they probably were afraid. But anybody that was in on it, a part of all of this, needs to be taken down. And this just is not for the music industry. It also goes into the acting industry, sports industry. This runs rampant, okay? Diddy ain't the only one. He's just the face of it right now. But, it's so many white men, black men, women, and everything that have been, predators. And it's so sick and nasty and just disgusting the things that people would do. Like right now, I'm listening to Vince McMahon autobiography called Ringmaster, that was written on his life. And anybody that's a wrestling fan that knows of the Fabulous Moolah, who was a really big female wrestler back in the day, when she came into the industry, basically, you had to fuck, to get put on. She did it. And then when she started basically running the women's division, she literally made the female wrestlers under her prostitute. If you want, a match, you need to fuck this promoter in order to do so. A lot of promoters back in the day, to get wrestlers to come to their city, and they really couldn't afford to pay them. Okay, you come here and we'll make sure there are women available to fuck you. So it was literally, you get paid through having sex with women, having women there at your beck and call. So this type of debauchery and just disgusting behavior, like I said, has been going on for I don't know how long. It's sick and it's disgusting and it needs to stop. But unfortunately, I don't think that it ever will. I really honestly don't. And that's the saddest part about it.